So we were not able to see pipelines like 2 days. Yesterday after 11 a.m. they approved that request. So I just tried that pipeline and it was running. Let's see the pipelines now. So first of all, like we created a project in our local. We have tested it in our local. It was running. Then another step was version control. So we pushed our project to the version control. We have seen all the commands how to push a project to the version control. Then after the version control, the third component of Azure DevOps. So first component is board, second is repos, and third is pipeline. So third component was pipeline. So we created a pipeline, but it was not running on that day. So now we can analyze pipelines again. So we created one pipeline. So if we added this pipeline here, we can see the steps of the pipelines. Now here in the task section, we noted that there is a stage, then this is the stage, then after that there is a job, and inside the job we have task. So the task what we are doing in our local, like restoring the project, restoring our project with packages, or you can say dependencies. After that creating the build, then publish and publish pipeline artifact, all those things. Okay, as of now it will not test. Okay, let's see test also. As of now I'm disabling this one, test one. We'll see three things only as of now. Okay, so .NET restore, build, publish, and artifact. So let us see that run how it goes. So I'll save and queue this one. Here you can see the agent pool we have selected, Azure Pipelines, agent specification Windows 2019, branch from where I am running, and then the variables. This pipeline has taken the variables from here only, whatever is allowed. So it has taken the variable. If you want some other variables, you can set. Okay, we'll see that what kind of variables you can set over here in the pipeline section. Then after that, you
Can you
can
explain that variable?
wait. First job is to finish this pipeline because from the 2 days we are not able to run that. I'll show you each and every option over there. Okay. Now you can see that the job is initialized, and in this job we are using Azure Pipelines. The image we used is Windows 2019 agent, hosted agent, started just now. Then it is initializing that particular job. Now initializing the job, agent machine, the name of the agent machine, version of the agent machine, operating system, then runner image, whatever the is image of that operating system, it will give you the image version. Okay, running on VSS administrator, prepare build directory. Now wherever this image of the agent is running, all those you can say information it is giving you, and whatever it is downloading, like set the build, download all the required tasks, downloading task.NET Core CLI. Okay, downloading task, publish pipeline artifact. So whatever task we created inside the pipeline, first it downloads all those tasks here in the background and then starts running. Like sure, initializing the job means setting all the things right, downloading everything. So is doing over here, like finishing, checking job knob settings, start tracking orphan process, finishing the initializing now. So in the initializing process means it is setting everything over there in the, so it is creating an environment, like we create an environment in the CMD. Okay, we create a folder, we go to that particular folder, then we create a project, we restore it. Okay, so there we are setting like that. Here how we are setting, So it is setting over here in the background somewhere in the sandbox environment. Okay, so it is initializing the job, then checking out the code from the repository. Second step. So starting checking out demo project at the main to S. What is that S? So S is nothing but the sources directory. Okay, from where it is checking the code to the, okay. So git version, whatever the version it is used for checking in, then this git init. So it initialize the git over here now in the da1s. Okay, that is the build directory. Okay.
So the Git version will be changing, Dhanandhar.
That no, it is taking, so it is taking on its own, whatever may be. Okay, it will take latest only, not the old one. As of now, the latest is 2.43, but 2.39 is also not the old one. Okay, it's means
Stable maybe.
one, yeah, stable version maybe. It is taking the stable version. Yes. Okay. So I think 2-3 months back it was 2.39. Nowadays it's 2.43. But 2.43 maybe it's right now it's a preview version or it's going on. They're testing it. Okay. So stable version it is taking. So now initialize the git repo. Now whatever commands we have run over there, you can see all commands running over here. Okay. Like git initialized, initialize empty git repository, dot git folder, git remote add origin. Now see all those things, git config. Now there are some more commands which may be needed for running or checking out the project over here with this. Okay, so git config, it has set some config. Okay, over there, like we were setting the config in our local, okay, with our username and our email name, all those things. Okay.
Abhishek, this blue color I mean statements all are auto generated or
Auto generated. This is nothing to do with that particular task. Here we are just, we have that task, particular task, just for the checking out. Okay, so if you see side by side the repos, not the repos, here the pipelines, maybe like this. So this process here, as of now it is here only, like initializing the job, checking out. So it is in the first here only, get sources. So it is here only.
checked out from main branch till there it has done.
Yes. Okay. So checking out the code, here it is checking out all the
Yeah.
code. Okay. So whatever we are talking about the execution of the pipeline, this is the run. Okay. Run is the execution of a pipeline. You can see all the logs over here. You can see the view raw log. So it will open in a separate place. It will open all the logs of the pipeline. So you can troubleshoot if there is any issue. So in whatever task you have the issue, you can go and troubleshoot. So if there is any issue here, then it's issue with your code. Okay. Since it is not
This
able to check
window,
out.
this window, how did this open up? You have clicked on this
You click on it, it will open in a separate window.
left
The
side, right?
logs.
Left side.
This view raw log. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now finishing checking out. Second step, now we did .NET restore. Now this is the .NET restore. Now here we have given the project name and restore command. And here we have selected that use packages from the NuGet.org. So it will download all those packages which are required for the .NET framework application we run. So it will download all packages, and mostly it will not download here. It has already downloaded while initializing the job. After downloading, it has kept over there in the sandbox environment only. And then later on, when we are restoring, then it is getting all those packages and restoring the project. Okay, all these things, if you see all these packages are there. Resolve package dependencies for build, handle package, file conflicts, all those packages are there from the NuGet repository. Whatever the dependencies may be, it will take all. See, now it is saying that build is succeeded, 0 warnings. Oh, this is not the one. I've loaded it. This is whole raw log for all the tasks. Okay. If you come on here, it will show the next one. That build is succeeded. Okay, Microsoft MS Build. So MS Build tool it is using. What version of tool? 17.7.7. Okay, for .NET. Determining the projects to restore, restored on. So it is giving you where it has restored the project, the path. Okay. Now, if you see here, if you go to build, it is the build configuration. Can you see working directory? That is the system default working directory. That system default working directory is this only, DA1S. Okay. Hello World app DA1S, this release net.6, and this has, after restoring, it has created one DLL file, hello world app.dll. Build succeeded with 0 warnings, 0 errors. Now, generally in case of organization, maybe sometimes you get some warnings. Okay, I'll show how you get a warning. Okay, 0 warnings, and if error is there, then the pipeline will not run further. Okay, you have to resolve that error. But if any kind of warning is also there, you have to see why that warning is coming. Okay, so, and after that, after building, we will not run here. .NET run is for running the project like at the same time. So we will not run, we will not use run command here, because running a project here will not work. How you will access that, right? So you will not go for run, you will directly go for publish. Okay, so it will publish all those packages. See, you can see that not that 0.6, and in the publish folder it is publishing. Okay, .NET publish, and after that publishing, now what it is doing, it will push that, publish all the files, whatever there is in the inside the publish folder. It will publish the pipeline artifact in the form of artifacts. So here checkout is done, then finalizing the job, it will clean up all the environment here, whatever the environment is created, starting from initializing the git, all those things, it will clean up that environment. And then the report build status. So if you go to the agent job, it will show you like after this job preparation, job life console, and finishing the agent job. Oh, wait, this is the artifact. Can you see the artifact is consumed now? This is the artifact. This file will be needing to be downloaded in the, you can say, this release pipeline, and then it will take this file and it will deploy into some environment like app service environment. Okay, so in the drop you have NuGet test, means whole files, whatever you are having in the published folder, all those are downloaded over here, so with the code as well. Okay, so this is the source. A and B, NuGet test results, all these things are whatever you have deployed, or sorry, not deployed, whatever you have built, all those packages are in this drop folder. And as for the source from where it has done, so in the source you will find all the code like this. So this is how a build pipeline will run. Now if you edit this pipeline, say for seeing any kind of error, if you want, so say there is a build configuration. Now instead of this here, let me do like this. something like this. It will still build, but it will build with some errors. Okay, I'll save this. Again, run this. Pipelines in the organization may take up to 50 minutes, 60 minutes to complete a build. Since there are a lot of dependencies, this is just a hello world project, simple project. But if you if you have any project in your organization, that may not take this much of less time to run a pipeline. Okay. Can you see that one warning? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is the warning. Why it is coming? Because in the variable section, we have mentioned that variable like that. Okay. So if you can see that the parameter to the compiler is invalid parameter, $build configuration. So you have to change that configuration over there.
They will
As
just
of now,
change it.
pipeline will ignore it since this is not not a kind of error or anything. It is just a
Code is
warning. It is showing that you are using this thing. Better to not use this. Okay. So that's why it is giving warning. So maybe sometimes like you can build with warnings, but still some people may not be happy. Like why there are warnings? You have to resolve all these things for like to perfectly build the code. You have to resolve the warnings and all. So you can check for the warnings wherever it is showing the warning. You can go and resolve it. It will in the raw log or in this run only. You can see all those warnings. It will be highlighted. Warning.
Once you fix it,
Everything.
you have to run it again.
No, first you have to fix in the pipeline because it is showing that the parameter is invalid. Compiler, the parameter to the compiler is invalid.
Yeah, the dollar sign on.
Yes, you have to remove that.
Yes.
Still
Yes.
it build the job. In the agent job, you can see means build is completed and one artifact is produced. What is that artifact? That is that artifact name drop. Inside it, you have your files. When you will
Software package.
download this, you will download this artifact, it will be downloaded as a zip. Okay. And in the similar fashion, when you will be using the release pipeline, this will be downloaded over there in the release pipeline, and then it will be deployed into your app service or any kind of environment as a zip file. Okay. Since it is a .NET project. If it would have been a Java project, then the case will be different. Like the files will be of different. Like jar inside the drop, you will be having jar files and all jar files, var files, er files, all those things. If it would have been Node.js, then there may be a different files inside the drop.
Can we, sir, I have a request. Can we build one Java project using Ubuntu?
I'll do that for you. No worries.
All right, so thank you.
Okay, so this is published, and whatever is consumed demo project using this only they have created build and they have published this artifact. Now there are some more options with the pipeline which we may not have seen because since the pipeline was not running at that time. So let's correct this one as of now. Saving it. Okay, now these are the tasks. So we have seen that you can create as many number of tasks. From here you can add the task. If you want, you can create a new agent. Inside that you can again create some task, all those things. Okay, if you want, you can create a stage as well. Now in the variable sections we have seen. Third thing is trigger. What is trigger? If I enable this continuous integration, so branch filters means from which branch. So like include main branch. Okay, include main branch. You can add different branches also. You can add more branches also. Like I can, if I create F1, I can add F1 also. If I create F2, I can add F2 also. Right? So whenever we will be pushing a project, if I am enabling this continuous integration and whenever I am pushing some project, this pipeline will start running, or this pipeline will start building the project. Right? If you want to add some schedule here, you can add the schedule over here. Like at what time you want to run. Now, when this schedule thing works like, say if I'm creating this pipeline for some other reason. What kind of reason? Like there is a virtual machine. Now, this virtual machine, I've created 4 to 5 virtual machines, and I want these virtual machines to be shut down at 9 p.m. in the evening when the shift goes off. So what will happen? These machines will shut down at that time. I can enable the shutdown option from the machine only, from here portal only. But it is difficult to start those machines from here, from the portal. So what you can do, you can create a pipeline for that purpose, for that project. So you will be creating a pipeline for starting a machine. Like I want all the machines to be started at 9 a.m. in the morning. So I can set the task, like what kind of task you can add over here. Like, so you can add like start AZ. Can you see? Azure start stop. You can add that. You can add that. These type of tasks, you can give the connection name, what VM is there, whatever it is, you can give the connection. And what you can do after that, here in the trigger section, you can set the schedule when you want to start that VM. Okay, what time you want to start, you can schedule that. On what days you want to start. You want to start Monday to Friday, it will start Monday to Friday. You want to start all days, it will start all days. So for these kind of tasks, there's a schedule. Okay. Now sometimes what happens, without checking in the code also you want to run. Okay. Like every time, like sometimes what happens, like you don't enable this trigger. Okay, don't enable this trigger. Without enabling it, run it every day at 2 p.m. Run the build every day at 2 p.m. So the build will run every day at 2 p.m. Means whenever someone is checking the code also, if not checking the code also, then also it will run at 2 p.m. The build will run. So schedule is for that option. Build when another build completes. Now there is a build completion. Now this is not enabled as of now, maybe due to the, I think, account we are having, like individual account. Maybe for the enterprise account, you can see that build. Okay, let's see again if we can see that build. No. So that is schedule and enable continuous integration in the triggers. These are the two options. And there is a build completion, means whenever one build is completed, then only you can go for another build.
Can you click on that schedule add?
Here, this one. Yeah.
Okay, can we add this? And that one start stop job, how is this? How is that? I mean, connected to this task? Yeah, we have that Azure VM start stop.
See, this I showed you, like what kind of pipelines for you can trigger that start stop schedule. Okay, like you have a task for starting the VMs.
Okay.
Okay, so if you have 4 VMs, you can have 4 tasks for 4 VMs.
Right.
Okay.
So here after selecting this this particular task we are going to trigger section. Is it that way?
Say you are coming at 10 p.m. but developers are coming at 9 p.m. and you want VM should be started before coming
Right.
to the office. So
Hmm.
this pipeline will run on that triggered time, and it will start the VM in the portal. Got it?
Yeah, no. Okay.
Don't take it. Schedule is for just running this pipeline at the desired schedule. That's it.
Okay, when this
Whatever
pipeline
pipeline is, it is for build, it is for starting the VM, stopping the VM, whatever pipeline is it.
Oh,
So
okay.
scheduling is just scheduling this pipeline. It will run on the desired time. Okay.
Then this job also will run. I mean,
Yes,
whenever the
every
pipeline
job
runs.
will run. At any job will run. Even if you,
Oh,
if you remove this task, no worries. Now you set the trigger at 1 p.m. It will this pipeline will run at 1 p.m.
automatically run, right? Scheduled
Yes,
task like.
yes, that is a schedule.
Restart, I was thinking separately we can schedule or
No,
nothing. Okay, it's like I mean, complete
I
package.
was just giving you an example for what
That
kind of
was
pipelines you can schedule these type of things.
nice example only, Abhishek, that one. How
Okay.
to put into this.
So there are
Yes.
many kinds of example for running a pipeline. Okay. Like when I was working, so at that time my manager wants that there was a VM and he wants that he wants every day he wants the statistics of that production VM.
Okay.
So I created that pipeline. In the pipeline, I had one PowerShell script. So there is a task. If you choose here PowerShell. Okay. So PowerShell task. On this PowerShell task, PowerShell on target machines. You can add this task. Here you can have the machines, you can have the inline script running. See, this is the inline script. You can type whatever script you want, like getting the stats from the VM.
Okay.
Okay, all the stats like CPU stat, traffic stat, all the stats he wants at that time in his mail. Okay, so I wrote that like that. I wrote that.
So all the stats and sending a mail from this particular script.
Yeah, it will be sending a mail from the particular script. Okay,
Yeah.
so this script will run, inline script will run, and then what I did, I scheduled this
Pipeline.
pipeline. There was only one task in the pipeline.
Right.
This task only. Okay, I scheduled
You're
that.
asking one example to do that, actually.
Okay, pardon?
You're asking one example to show that.
What example? To write a pipeline
Uh,
script only then. Okay.
VM machine start and start.
Okay. Okay, we'll create a VM, then we'll see. Okay. As of now, there is no VM. Okay.
Abhishek, can we, I mean, delete also?
Either I'll say that if I'm talking about this task, either you when you are trying this, you should try at your end. And
Right.
if you have some problem, then you can share your screen, then I'll help you out. Okay. If you will do by yourself, then you'll be able to make it quickly, right?
Here, run PowerShell is there, right, Abhishek? Can we delete? I mean, can we delete a VM also? There is some other task for that. I mean,
Delete VM task. I don't have start stop VM only we have. So
So in this, we need to browse out all available things, right? What exactly?
these are actually utility tasks. Okay. See, you can see that there are number of tasks over here. It
Correct.
is showing all. Build task will show whatever the build task like Ant, Maven, Gradle, all those building tools and all. .NET Core. Utility task means whatever task which are associated to some portal, right?
Oh,
Utility task like
right,
running a batch script, running a CMD script, starting, stopping a VM, archiving the files.
right.
Okay. Means archiving files means if I want to compress anything, like I want to compress the artifact, okay, I can archive that file, I can send it to some file share. So if you go to the publish pipeline artifact, you can see that artifact publish location, whatever location you want, even if you want Azure pipelines or you want a file share. So you can send your artifact to the file share also. If you want, before that, you can compress your artifact also if you want. Already it is compressed. It will be going as a zip file only.
Okay.
Okay, but in case if you want to create that tar.gz or something like this, those kind of you can say some more
I mean, in that case, it will be
some
like
more compression you have to do. Okay,
some other task doing this zipping and sending mail or something, as you said, like
correct.
it can be
Yes,
used like that.
yes. Okay, then this command line interface, command line task you can have copy and publish the build artifact. You can have this task also. Okay, copy file task is a simple task. You are copying the files.
In
So
publish.
these are utility. So utility means day-to-day activities. Okay, you are using these things in day-to-day activities for
Okay.
some kind of automation.
Can we
Like,
go to that
like
copy?
very best example is starting and stopping the VM only.
Right.
This is the utility task only, day-to-day task. You can set this that in the pipeline.
Abhishek, that copy and build once that one, please. That above that.
Copy
Yeah.
and publish build artifact. Now you can see that publish pipeline artifact is there.
Right.
Now what this will do, this will nothing it will do, it will just do the same thing what we are doing with the publish pipeline artifact. Earlier with the publish pipeline artifact, the artifact was going into Azure pipeline only. Now they have given this facility that you can share this artifact with pipeline file share also. Okay, so see, you can see this is deprecated now. What is deprecated?
No,
Means
not under
earlier it was used, but now it is deprecated because they have provided the same facility with the published pipeline artifact.
past version.
Yes, old version this is.
Mhm.
Okay, so whatever is deprecated, don't use that one. Don't use that task. Okay, instead of that, you may be having some other task they have
Yeah,
created.
more is there. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, delete files also. Yeah.
there may be more than 200, 300, 1000 tasks in the marketplace.
Mhm.
Okay, you can download it. You can see according to your organization, whatever the need is in your organization, you can go and you can search in the marketplace, whatever task you want. Okay, so for test purpose, you have all these things: test center, container structure test, published code coverage, result v2, published test result, Visual Studio test, all these kind of then package. So there are many things you will not knowing all the things like CocoaPod and all. So download GitHub npm package, install npm package. So adding this task will automatically download the npm package from the GitHub.
For React or Node.js kind of this.
Yes, npm authenticate, NuGet packages, NuGet authenticate, Python packages like Python pip, universal packages, all those kind. Then deploy task. So either with the build pipeline also you can deploy. It's not like that you can deploy with the release pipeline only. You can deploy with the build pipeline also. No worries. So see all the deployment tasks. Then there are different tools. If you want to install some tools over here, like Docker CLI installer. So it will install the tools. Install Azure function code, core tools, Kubernetes tool installer, all these things. Okay. Then in the marketplace, you will not be able to directly add. First, you have to click on that, whatever. Say if I want SonarQube, so I have to click on here and then I have to go over here. Then once I click on get it free, so this is the free one. Okay, this is the free one. So I can get it over here. I can click on it and it will start installing in my Azure DevOps. And then later on, I can see that in my task list. Okay. Like this is Sonar Cloud. So Sonar Cloud is nothing. This is a SonarQube was a code checking tool. Okay. I'll tell you this. Okay. I'll tell you code checking tool, Jenkins, 2, 3 things which are like from the enterprise side. Okay. Which are important. I'll tell you. Okay. So SonarQube is for code checking, bug checking, code checking tool. Okay. And the cloud version of SonarQube is Sonar Cloud. Then ARM output, team project health, all these things, all the tasks you can have. IIS web deployment using WinRM, Windows Resource Manager. Azure Pipelines Terraform task. Now, whenever we will be learning Terraform, we'll see this one as well. Okay, Terraform task. All those things. Send an email. You can directly send. That's what I was using. Send an email task. So when I was getting the stats, so just I was sending an email. So you should be having that SMTP relay at your end in your organization. Okay. So if you have all those SMTP credentials, or you can ask your relay team to provide you the SMTP credentials. So you can provide all these SMTP credentials over here with the send email task, and then you can send whatever result you want. You can send in the email body directly. And if you don't want to send it, there is one more thing. Like whenever I was running this PowerShell, there was one more task, publish pipeline artifact. In that artifact, I was gathering the output of this PowerShell into a notepad, and that notepad I was publishing as an artifact. And when I was publishing as an artifact, automatically when a build completes, at that time, you can say, then whenever a build is completed, the notification goes to the email. Okay, the notification goes to the email. Now you can set the notifications, whom you want to add in the notification of a pipeline run. Okay, so whenever a pipeline is run, the build is completed, artifact is consumed. So it will give an or send an email to the email to the viewer or whosoever want to view that, okay, the build is completed, whatever the artifact is consumed. So when he clicks on that artifact, then it redirects to the portal, and there he can see that artifact in the notepad file. He can download and he can see what are the statics of the VM. If you don't want to use the email task, okay,
Where is that email task? But we need to add.
just showed you in the marketplace. Okay, see, this is the email task.
Outlook, right?
You have to get it first. It is not available. It is in the marketplace. Okay, like this. Send an email. It will be having a task over here. So for this, you will be needing some, see, configure an SMTP server. So maybe each of your organization may be having the SMTP server,
Right.
but they might not give you the credentials. Okay. So send email to one or more addresses like this.
Gmail you can configure.
Pardon?
For Gmail we can configure that SMTP server and all. to send
Ha.
it.
Not you will configure. Your organization may have configured for that. Maybe.
Right, for testing purpose, I was just saying.
Okay. There will be an SMTP relay team who
Right.
will work on this. All these things, setting up a SMTP server and all. So these are triggers. Okay, you can add the trigger. As of now, we are just enabling the continuous integration only. Okay. So options. Now there are options here, like build job for current job, whatever the job is running, whatever for the current job, or you can say project collection, okay, all those things. Build job timeout is 60 minutes. Build job cancel timeout is 5 minutes. Means if the job, any job from this task, okay, this job, if it does not start it, or like you can say completes, like cancel timeout means if it does not starts, or
Waiting
is
time.
not starting, you want to cancel, that cancel timeout is 5 minutes. Okay, build job timeout means the job will run for 60 minutes. After that it will fail automatically, since it exceeded the 60 minutes. Maybe it is not getting some dependency while running, so that's why it may time out. Then in history, you can see all the history, like whatever the run of your pipelines you can see over here. And then save option, save and queue means this will save and queue the pipeline. Save option will only save. And if you want to keep it as a draft, you can save as draft. Discard. Okay. Discard whatever the current changes you made, it will discard the current changes. Okay. Summary. So it will go to like this pipeline summary, build summary, whatever builds you created. Okay. And then apart from save and queue, you have a separate queue option. Means the pipeline is already saved. Everything is done. You just go and queue here. Help security. Okay. Security will go to this permission to the pipelines and project. Project CI means demo project CI continuous integration means that build pipeline. So you can set so these are the options with the pipelines. In the option here, you can see the new build request is processing enabled. Queue and start build when eligible agent is available. Paused queue new builds but do not start. Or disabled do not queue any build, new build. Okay. So it will be in this only enabled queue and start the build whenever eligible agent is available. Automatically link new work in this build. So when a build completes successfully, create link to all other work items linked to the associated changes. Created work item on failure. So if there is any kind of failure, okay, if you want to create a work item, like work item will be created in the board. Okay, whenever you will create anything like this. Status of the pipeline. Now, if you want to share pipeline, sometimes someone wants, okay, what pipeline? There are many pipelines in the project. There are many pipelines in the project. Sometimes people are confused which pipeline to use. Okay, so you can copy the URL. You can keep it with this, keep it with you. Like for creating an storage account, there are 10 pipelines. Someone create storage account, 1, 2, 3, like this. Many people, they will be testing in the environment. They will be creating the pipelines. So how you will identify, you can keep the pipeline URL with you. Okay. So you can create any document, whatever pipelines are associated with your project, keep those URLs handy somewhere in the document, somewhere with you, in your local, maybe in your OneDrive or anywhere. So that you should not be confused with all those pipelines in the organization. So many a times there are more than like 100 pipelines, 150 pipelines. So that is very confusing to find your pipeline over there. Okay, or what you can do in the pipeline section only.
The build job cancel timeout in minutes. 5 minutes means it automatically cancel or something.
What do you understand by this?
Build job cancel timeout in minutes.
So what is it? What do you understand?
Yeah, build job cannot run more than 60 minutes.
That is the
Yeah,
first
that is
one.
fine.
That is
That is
first
fine.
one. What is the second one? What do you understand by the second one?
To cancel that build job, within 5 minutes you have to cancel it.
Correct. Okay. So within 5 minutes,
What do you mean that one?
say this is the pipeline. Okay, but let me save this one first. Okay. I'm saving this one. Now what I'll do, I'll queue this pipeline.
Okay.
I'll queue this pipeline. I'll queue this pipeline. Now this pipeline is queued here. You can see it is queued here.
Yeah.
Now the time is running. Okay. As of now, the time didn't started. You can see a dash over here. Now the time started. Now what I can do?
Discard.
Yeah, I can go
Okay.
here. I can click on this and where is that? I can cancel
So
it, run. I can cancel this run. Okay, within 5 minutes.
Oh,
Now this is cancelled. Okay.
So within 5 minutes, we have to cancel. Otherwise, it will be run, right? We cannot cancel
Right.
again.
Right. You
That is
can
the main
you can
purpose.
set the time now. You can set the time. You can keep it 1 minute as well. It's up to
For
you.
example, if the build agent is not ready, so it is running the other jobs, other building jobs. So that time, if it is exceed the 5 minutes, what will happen? This will be cancelled automatically. That is the meaning that one. That's I'm
No,
mentioned
no,
here.
no, 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 no. Build
Oh.
means no. That is just a cancel timeout and nothing else.
Okay, then. That's why I'm asking.
For the job, it is 60 minutes. Like if in 60 minutes the job is not enabled or not
Not responding.
yeah,
Okay.
not responding, there is no agent allocated or whatever may be the scenario.
Then it will be killed.
After 60 minutes, it will automatically cancel.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
so Abhishek, after start only it will start the time, right? So if it
Right.
starts
So
and it's taking more
yeah.
than 60 minutes,
So
then
here
will
it
get
will
off.
whenever the time is not started, it will show you a dash over here. When the time will start, it will start counting from here. Like 25 seconds. Within 25 seconds, we cancelled the build, right?
Mhm.
Yes, yes. So beyond 5
How-
minutes, means system will not allow to stop that, right?
System
It
will
will
not
continue.
allow you to cancel that.
After 5 minutes.
Yes, after 5 minutes.
That setting, I mean,
However, you set up
That is a
the time.
setting.
that depends
That
on
is
the
a
setting.
setting. Okay. You can keep it 2 minutes as well, 1 minute as well, 3 minutes as well. Okay.
Yeah, it depends what you set.
Yeah, you can test all these things at your end. Okay. No, you can test all these things. These are simple things. You can test.
Abhishek, while we cancel all the things which have been done, it will be cleaned up, right? So based on that only, it is not allowing us.
Yeah, it
Because-
will clean up every time. That sandbox
Okay.
environment, it cleans up every time.
Okay.
It
So once
doesn't keeps
cancelled
anything
also.
with it.
Okay, cancelled also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So after 1 month, you will clean up your project.
Means whatever run, see, there are 16 runs as of now, which I did. Okay.
Mhm.
So these 16 runs will be removed or cleaned up after 1 month. Runs will be cleaned up from the project settings. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Runs is only the record history, right?
Record history of running a pipeline, not all that which is inside the run.
Right, right. Only record history.
Yes.
If there is any error in the after 6 steps or 5 steps, like if it is error, then we have rerun the pipeline. So it is coming from the starting, or it will be directly we resolve the one we directly run the one that
No,
area.
see, first of all, whenever there is any error, so at every step you can set in the control options. Okay.
Okay.
Continue.
Either you can see set continue with the error. Okay, so it will continue with the error. But if you want, like, run this task only when all previous tasks are succeeded. Okay, if every task is succeeded, means you are saying that any error comes, say any error comes with the restore, then this will not run, then it will stop the pipeline. But if you select, like, even if the previous task has failed, unless the build was cancelled, even if the previous task has failed, then also run this task.
If at
Even
all
if
it
the
is
build was
independent
cancelled.
task, if at all it is an independent task, then we can select this.
Yes. Okay. Only when a previous task has failed, then only run this. So when to run this task, you have all these options.
Right, all these settings.
Yes.
So
So
normally
most
we
of the
say-
time we said only when all the previous tasks is succeeded, then only run this task. Okay.
So if they resolve the error, so the task will again the pipeline will be running from the starting, or the that point from the error point will be running. So we have any setting for that one?
Yes. So whenever a task is fail, there is an option for a rerun. Okay. So there is an option for rerun. From here only you will get, so like you are getting a new pipeline here you are getting like run pipeline.
Yeah, got it.
So whenever there will be a run which is failed or something, then here you will get an option for a rerun.
Rerun, yeah.
Okay.
So I tried to run that one, but it is starting from it is running from starting. That's why I'm
No, it will
asking
start.
for.
Wait. It will start from the first only. It will start
Abhishek,
from the
we
first
have
only. But
Uh,
what it will do, it will not take much time. Like it has taken 10 seconds. So this task will complete in 2 seconds or 3 seconds. It will take, like, if this build has taken, if it has already built and if it has failed on the publish, so it will not build it again. It will, what it will do, it will just go through one by one, but it will not take that much of time then to complete.
yeah, I noticed some of the things is working fine, but some few things it seems to be like taking time. That's why if I have any options to like that.
Abhishek, can you go back to that job pipeline? This one? Yeah, open this. One
Okay,
run.
you want to edit a pipeline.
Pipeline, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, here build, can you click on build
Hmm.
and options down?
Control options or advanced options?
Control, maybe I am not sure. Control.
Ah.
So here continue, even if in that only his answer is also there. I mean, can you open the continue on error and run this task only when I mean, can you all the previous tasks have succeeded these I mean these options can drop down.
Yeah, these two are separate options.
Right.
Okay, these are separate options.
That drop
Either you
down
can check this if you want to continue. If you don't want to continue, you can select from these options. Run the task only when the previous task, even if the previous task has failed, then also run this task. Okay, like this.
custom conditions in that he can change. I mean,
Custom, you can, I think custom condition you can give. No, you can specify an expression that controls when the task should run.
and from which point it can run or
You can
control.
learn from here, specify the conditions. Okay. Like what is the condition? Condition given. Always, you can give like this, always, and then bracket. Failed, and then bracket. This will represent, this step will run even if the pipeline is cancelled. Always means see, here they have given in the all these, whenever you will select, these are predefined, but if you have to give your own condition, then there is a custom condition, like this one may be your custom condition. You can copy this one, you can go and you can paste your custom
Like
condition.
try catch block kind of thing.
Now I selected that custom condition, it has taken this one now.
Okay.
Because that custom condition means even if the previous task has failed, even if the build is cancelled, then run that task. So this step will run even if the pipeline is cancelled. Failed. So if I select custom condition and I'll give this failed like this expression over there. So in the custom condition, I'll give expression like failed. See, only when a previous task has failed. Already taken.
Switch.
Like this, you can have your own condition. Okay. Defined.
YAML syntax.
So you have to define that condition. Okay. When you specify your own condition property for a stage job, you overrides its default condition succeed. Then this can lead to your stage job running even if the build is cancelled. Okay. So if you will give succeed means every time it will succeed, whether the job is even a specific job has failed or not, it will only succeed like this. See, can you see this condition now? In this pipeline, stage 2 depends on stage 1. Job B has a condition set for it. Now B has a condition set that whenever this stage will complete, then only this should be like this. So you can now give this condition like this. Now, why it is giving error? Because we don't have any second stage over here. Okay. So here we have two stages, like stage 1, stage 2. So the second one is based on first, but here we have only one stage. Like this type of conditions, these type of conditions. So if you want to learn, you can definitely go and search for the information over here, like how to run. Since there are many things, many means thousands of things you cannot discuss in the class. Okay. You can just learn out the things from where you can start from the basic things. And then you can go ahead till any amount of advanced things you can learn. But the thing is that you cannot learn each and everything. There are many things. If you go by the documentation, then only you will take many days to learn all these things.
Yeah, Abhishek.
So this comes by when you are practicing at your organization site. You have to give some time. Like you cannot, if you have given like for creation of a pipeline, it may take up to like 5 days, 6 days, 7 days. Daily you want to like give your time to that pipeline. Like every time you add some task, you test it. You add some task, you test it. Like this, you can create a pipeline. Okay. Then only you will resolve the errors. You can add something, you can remove something. You will learn like that. Okay. You cannot learn in one go. It is not possible.
Does it usually give you more time to finish everything?
Pardon?
Does it give you more time to finish all the
See,
pipeline?
it depends. Like I'm giving, there is a junior DevOps engineer. I'm saying him, I want a pipeline to start a VM. Now, will this pipeline take time? Like you can create this pipeline in 4 hours are enough. 4 to 5 hours enough to create this pipeline. Very much enough, right?
Yeah.
But if I am having some project and now I'm building, I want to build that project, and that project is having a front end, back end, all those things it is having. You have to consider each, and you have to sit with the developer. You have to consider in each and everything. Like I was not knowing anything about Node.js. There was one project I was not knowing. So I sit with the developer. Like I'm creating this pipeline. Now you tell me how you run this project in your local, this Node.js project. How you run this? What are the steps involved in running this? He said that, okay, we are getting the repositories. Okay, from where you are getting the repositories? He said from the NPM packages there. So search for the NPM, add it. So it will add the package. So developer was telling me each and every step. Like after, he was not knowing the pipeline, how to create, but I was knowing. So I told, okay, for the getting the packages, we will be needing an NPM. So I did NPM. Okay. With the help of developer only, I created that pipeline. He will guide me on the task. Okay. What are the tasks each, and like he knows the task in the local, how to build. And then he will connect to the developer, and then he will demonstrate, like, or not demonstrate, he will tell you each and okay, after this step we are doing this thing. So after npm they are restoring. So what you can do, you can add a restore task. Okay. Like this, or you can have a Node.js. Can you see Node.js task run installer, tool installer, all these? Okay. Node.js script runner. So I'm just giving an example. Okay. So the code is written by the developer. He knows how to build it, using what things you will be building that code. You are running that code. So you have to, if some task, maybe some senior DevOps engineer or your team leader has given you some task to create a pipeline for any project, just sit with the developer. He will help you. Okay.
He will guide you.
Yeah, you know all things about the pipeline. He knows all things about the code. Okay, that is the kind of collaboration you want. Then only you can learn. Yeah,
So usually they mention it in POM file, right?
correct. Okay, but in the organization, it is not. If you have good terms, then it is not that much of difficult. You can every time you can connect to him, and you can, or from like beforehand only you can set up a call, right? Okay, I need to create this pipeline for this project. So definitely the developer will help. No worries, he will come and he will help. Okay, okay.
Mhm.
He
So
because he is also interested in learning the pipeline, how to create a pipeline. Okay.
maybe
Yeah.
a senior.
Yeah, he will be learning from you how to create a pipeline.
Dependencies, right?
Pardon?
Dependency.
Yeah, dependency. Both having the dependency. You are having a dependency on him, he is having on you.
You learn from him or he learns from you.
Yeah. So you can learn, okay, this is the Node.js project, how we are restoring it, from where we are getting the packages, how you are doing this. So when I was creating that pipeline for the Node.js project, so I have got all the details from him. Still, I was not remembering because I was not regularly working on the Node.js project. Just one time only I created that pipeline for that project. So I
That
was, yeah,
NPM is some complete modules, Abhishek. I mean, usually, like
correct.
after that, based on that, whatever we are using, like similar to NuGet packages,
Correct.
.NET, it downloads whatever it needs.
Like here, .NET Restore,
Uh,
from here you can check use packages
NuGet.
from the NuGet.
Mm.
So it will download all the packages from the NuGet. So he will be telling you what to do, and you have to find the task related to it.
Right, that is the catch.
Okay.
In an organization, does it give you more than one
Yeah, Abhishek,
project
can
or
you
just
proceed
one?
further?
Pardon?
In an
Yeah,
organization,
so
does it give you one project or more than one?
That depends now. That depends more. Okay. Let's move ahead because this will take more time to discuss all these things.
Yeah.
You can see at your end.
yeah, yeah, right.
Okay. Good. Or whenever you are working or learning, you can try at your end. No worries.
Actually, this is R&D and learning,
Yeah.
self-learning.
Yeah. You cannot have everything in the
Need base.
yeah. So we have created this. Now we have just enabled that trigger over here in the edit in the trigger section. I have enabled this one. Now let's see. Let's go to our project. Mm, let's see how this works. Okay, continuous integration. So go to the command prompt. I have my project in the E drive. Go to E drive. Hmm. Now this was our project. Let's make some change. Learning CI, continuous integration. That's it. Okay, I'll file save this. So git status, all this. So git add dot. Now I've added everything. Git commit -n, then commit for continuous integration CI. Again, git status, working tree clean, git push origin main. Okay, there is another repository we need to let us push from the Visual Studio only. Otherwise it will make issues with the branching and all. Checking out started. Wait, we were doing this mistake here. Hmm. Now we have pushed it to the main. Now you can see. Can you see this CI pipeline loading? This is the continuous integration. Like as soon as you check in the code to the remote repository, the pipeline will start running like this. This is the continuous integration. And as soon as this pipeline will finish, if we have a release pipeline, then it will download the task, and that release pipeline can also be continuously triggered using this build pipeline. This is in a way kind of DevOps automation. Like as soon as you check in the code to the Azure repo, a pipeline will start and it will build your job, and then it will deploy into the desired environment. This continuous integration and continuous deployment. As of now, we have just seen whatever it is, continuous integration. For continuous deployment, we'll be creating a release pipeline.
Abhishek, can you just show, when did this trigger in setting? You have committed and automatically this job is running, right?
Right. When I pushed it over here to the remote main, and as soon as I pushed, a job initialized over there. I just showed you that. And the new, you can say one new load is something like that. One new run is loading, something like that. There was a, so inside the pipeline, here there was one message, if you have seen, one new load running, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was this one, this pipeline. Now,
This commit CI pipeline.
see, as of now, we were merging each and everything we are doing. So this was the change in feature. From the last merge, it was taking the commit. Now, whatever we committed in our local, it has taken that commit for the CI pipeline. Since we have directly committed from our local. And as soon as we push that commit to the remote, it started that pipeline.
How it is automatically running?
How it is on? We have set the trigger now. If you go to the pipelines here, in this pipeline, if we edit this pipeline, so here in the pipeline, in the triggers, I have set this to enable continuous. Continuous means whenever a code is pushed, it will run automatically.
Okay, this is what I was
Got it. Yeah.
Abhishek, so from whichever branches you are merging into main, this will run.
You have to give it here. Branch filters you have to give. So as of now, we added only main. If you want to add some other branch, you can add that one as well. Okay.
Push it from branch to main.
Like Abhishek, we are not sure
No,
that developer.
I'm pushing it to the main branch, then this pipeline ran. If I want it to run it with the feature branch also, then I can add over here that include feature branch also.
Okay, you mean to say similar sort of process if you want to run for all the things?
Other branches, yeah.
Other branches too.
You have to give the name of the branches over here.
Like dev, stage, test, those things, right?
Right. Like if I have main branch and feature branch, but in the
Okay.
trigger section, I have added only main branch.
Right.
So it will trigger only for the main branch. Got it?
So for feature branch, every time we have to mention here, Abhishek.
For which one?
For feature branch, like if I have a branch, right, and over there also, like once I make the code changes, so that build should take place.
Now, what I'm telling you is the best practice is you will never enable this for the main branch. This should always be a manual intervention. Okay, means you will run for the main if you want to build, you will run that manually. Never do this continuous integration for the main branch. For feature branches, you can do this thing. Okay, because in the feature branch, if by mistake anything is pushed, by mistake in the feature branch, if anything is pushed, that is okay. That will not go to your production environment, right?
So here main is, for example, dev, the main branch in dev.
You can take as dev, you can take stage, you can take QA, whatever branch you want.
So separate pipelines or same pipeline will work?
Pardon?
I mean, we need to have different set of pipelines, right? For each,
You can have in the organization, you will be having different set of pipelines.
Like,
since there is no restriction of creating the pipelines, but depends in what organization you are working. If you are working in some small organization, they will not prefer for that. Okay, then you have to do a lot of manual work over there.
Like how exactly in your organization it works, Abhishek? Like development to stage, all those things, right? How exactly here?
See, if I tell you, so there are 4 things over here. Okay. So you have your local, you have the code in your local repo. Okay. You have the local repo. Then you have, you're pushing that code, right, into remote repo. And then you are building that here, like CI pipeline, CI, and then there is a CD.
Right.
So if that is inline, now if I'm talking about inline means, inline development means you are working on a dev environment, you are working in a QA environment. Those environments are handled by you, means that will not be going for the public, right?
Right, internal.
Yeah, internal. So for these things, you can set everything as a automation, like you can enable each and everything. So this is for dev, QA, UAT, any branches. But when I talk about production, so for the production, same thing. For the production, same thing. But what will happen here? Same thing for the production as well. But when you are pushing the code from the local to repo and you are building it directly with a trigger, and then here is also a trigger. So what can happen? A wrong code may be going to the production environment and it will be facing the users, right? Customers. So in that case, that should not be done. So here, I'll not be triggering it automatically. I should run these for the production manually. Manually, you should go and queue for the production. Till this step, it is okay. These two steps are okay. But when it comes to production, do these things manually, CI and CD. Just to avoid checking up some wrong code, building up some wrong code, deploying some wrong code to the production, do these things manually. Never set triggers for production. Got it what I'm saying?
Yes, Abhishek. So Abhishek, for CD, I got it, but for CI, why we won't want? Because once we have the code, right, with the
Depends.
same
Depends. Wait,
deploys
depends.
on the normal environment and that
You
hit the
can do
UAT,
it.
then only it will.
You can do it. It depends. Like in my project, some of my projects, what is there? We are deploying the things in the CI pipeline only. Many things we are deploying in the CI pipeline. Then we are going to the CD pipeline. So some things we are deploying in CI pipeline, some things we are doing in the CD pipeline. So from here only we have cancelled that trigger so that it should not go into the production. So depends on the, you can say, project.
Yes, yes.
If there is a simple project, you can move till here. But this one, never do it. This one, never do it.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
This will never happen.
Yeah. Okay. Don't deploy it in the production with a trigger. Okay. Never enable any kind of trigger over here. This should always be a manual intervention. Okay.
Right.
Manual intervention means manually should be done.
Abhishek, for example, the same changes are, logically, the same changes are tested in dev, again, then in QA, again, then it comes to pre-prod and prod, right?
For dev and QA, I told you, you can do
That is
everything
okay.
with an automation. No
So
worries.
mostly the same code, right? The same code changes are the same.
Same code will be, you will be testing in dev QA. So whenever you make a change, definitely you will be doing it in dev and QA first.
Right.
Okay. And then you will be pushing it to the production. So for dev and QA, you can go with continuous automation, like CI, CD, everything. But for production,
To
if
be
you
on
are
safer side.
deploying something with the CI pipeline, then cancel it over here.
Right.
Don't go with trigger.
Right.
But if you are not deploying with CI pipeline, then you can go with till here. And then with the CD, deployment means release pipeline. Always go with the manual intervention. Okay.
Fine.
For production,
Mhm.
release pipeline.
So Abhishek, till now we ran, till CI, right? CI box in the first.
CI is whatever the things in the CI I have already told you. We need to do it now with CD. So
Right.
we
So
create a CD pipeline, and in the CD pipeline, what will happen? Now then we will be pushing the code from the local, and then we'll see the whole continuous integration. How it
Abhishek,
deploys
one
into
small
the
question here.
app service. Yeah.
Now in our example, main is like here we have dev comma QA, right? Here main is dev, right? In our
You
example.
can consider it. Say we are running in our local. We are testing with ourselves. So there is no production, no dev, nothing.
No, dev means basically all the four things in one go you're telling, right? So that is you can assume.
I'll be telling you in one go as well.
Right.
I'll be telling you for production as well.
Right.
Okay. I'll tell you for both.
Sir, please, can we
So
keep
can
it?
you show that that on PR level, if you want to make that automation, means auto trigger?
Right. I'll tell you that. Okay. I'll tell you that. How that is inside the release pipeline. You can set all these things in the release pipeline. Okay.
No, Abhishek, I was referring for the CI part. Like when we create a pull request, right? So I want to
I'll
customize
tell
that.
you that. Yeah, I'll tell you that. Okay, after this. So we have seen it from the local. We'll be seeing it from the portal as well. Okay, how to when you make changes in the portal and you create a pull request, then also a CI pipeline will trigger. Okay, if you have enabled the trigger. That's what you are talking about, the pull request, right?
Yes, right. So yeah, that build should happen only at the PR level.
Yes.
Any new changes or PRs.
Yes. So here, if you will go in the pipeline, here, if you will go in the runs, and if you say you are making changes, you are in the main branch. Now here, wait, let me reload this one. Now learning CI. Now I can add over here learning CI. So if I do in main, directly in main, it will not need a pull request, right? So for that purpose, let's create a, cancel this one. Let's create a feature branch for that. Okay, because then pull request will not be needed. It will directly run the pipeline. Okay. So here you can create F1. Great.
So can we keep till here?
Oh, just 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. Huh?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So here learning CI. Through pull request. This is the one. You can commit it. For F1. Just committed this one. Let's create a pull request here. F1 to main, creating this one. Required approvers. Give my name. Create a pull request. No merge conflicts. I'll approve this. I'll complete this. Complete merge. Now let's see.
No, Abhishek. Yeah. So here, what we are doing, we are committing to the master, right? And then it is triggering.
Yeah.
At the PR level, it will happen actually, that build trigger. So you created PR, right?
Right.
So here you make some changes. So the build should happen at PR level.
Okay, I got it. Yeah. This is in progress as of now. We need to wait, or I can tell you that tomorrow. I completely understand what you are saying. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
I'll tell you that in next class. Okay. Monday we will be having a class. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now I just kept it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay.
Okay, sir.
For like
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and that too for like 1.5 hours or 1 hour 40 minutes, something like that. So we'll cover for both the days. Okay.
On Saturday. You have class on Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday will not have. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
So that's
Thank you,
it, right?
sir.